I want to share something with you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining me again on The Real World Prepper. This is a little article. It's actually a couple, 2 or 3 years old. Rather, it's a letter to the editor in Tawas City. I'm not even sure where that is, by somebody named Ken Huber. So let me put that out there. What has America become? He starts. Editor, has America become the land of the special interests and the home of the double standards? Let's see. If we lie to Congress, it's a felony. But if Congress lies to us, it's just politics. If we dislike a black person, we're racist. But if a black person dislikes whites, it's their First Amendment right. The government spends millions to rehabilitate criminals, and they do almost nothing for the victims. In public schools, you can teach that homosexuality is okay, but you better not use the word God in the process. All right? You can kill an unborn child, but it is wrong to execute a mass murderer. We don't burn books in America. We now just rewrite them and history. We got rid of the communist and socialist threat by renaming it progressive. We are unable to close our border with Mexico, but we have no problem protecting the 38th parallel in Korea. If you protested against President Obama's politics, you were a terrorist. But if you burn an American flag or Donald Trump in effigy, it is your First Amendment right. You can have pornography on TV or the internet, but you better not put a nativity scene in a public park during Christmas. We have eliminated all criminals in America. They're now called sick people, mentally challenged. We can use a human fetus for medical research, but it's wrong to use an animal. We take money from those who work hard and give it to those who don't want to work. Spoke about that in an earlier video. We all support the Constitution, but only when it supports our political ideology. We still have freedom of speech, but only if we're being politically correct and speaking the narrative at hand. Parenting has been replaced with Ritalin, Adderall, and other drugs, video games, and television. The land of opportunity is now the land of handouts. The similarities between Hurricane Katrina and the Gulf oil spill of a few years ago is that neither president did anything to help. And how do we handle a major crisis today? Well, that's easy. And it goes like this. The government appoints a committee to determine who's at fault and then threatens them, passes a law, raises our taxes, tells us that the problem is solved so they can get back to their re-election campaign. So what has happened to the land of the free and the home of the brave? Now, I added a couple of little words, updated a couple of the things because of the age of this thing, but you get the general idea. That's all I got for you guys. Thanks again for joining me, Real World Prepper. I appreciate you very, very much. Go to my About section, check out my mailing address, my email address. The P.O. Box is the mailing address. Join me on Patreon for $1 a month. All these kind of good stuff things. Subscribe to this channel. Like and share these videos. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye-bye.